Hi friends, are you ready to go to a market with me? Because that's what we're doing in this week's video. My name is Veronica and I run a small crochet plushie business called Looping Teddies. And this week I have my second ever craft fair coming up on Friday, April 5th and Saturday, April 6th. So that's what's going on right now. I have a lot to do right now. It's currently Wednesday, so 2 days before my craft fair. But I started a new job this week, so I have a lot less time than before to do all my small business stuff. As you saw in the video before this one, I made 50 items last week and I need to tag all of them. So that's what I will be doing today and tomorrow. And then I also need to pack my car tomorrow because on Friday I have to leave right after work to go to my market. What is kind of weird is that I haven't heard anything from the organizers yet, like when we should arrive as the sellers and stuff like that. They haven't contacted me for that. I only have the official starting info for the visitors of the market, so that is kind of weird, but I'm hoping that I will get this information today or tomorrow so I know where to go and when to be there. So that is what's going on. I really need to tag my stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to get this video started, get this vlog going, and I explained my tagging process in a video before this one. I'm trying out a new thing and I will try and link it up in the cards for you so you can kind of understand what my tagging process is like. But now I really need to get going and get these 50 items tagged, and then I will talk to you again maybe tomorrow when I pack up my car. Hey friends, I just got out of work. It is about 3 o'clock right now. I didn't check back in with you yesterday and took you along for packing my car because I packed my car really late last night, so at 11 o'clock or something, and also it was raining like crazy, so you wouldn't have seen anything anyways. So that's that. Everything is in my car. I don't think I have forgotten anything. So now I need to drive to the venue. I did get some information about the market yesterday, but sadly I feel like this organizer isn't very organized. So the information we as sellers got it wasn't super helpful. Also, there's almost no parking available there, and I don't really know where to park, and I don't have a wagon or anything like that to transport my stuff, so that's gonna be interesting. That's why I asked my brother if he could help me because he is off of school on Fridays, so he said he was gonna help me for that, and I'm meeting him there to check in, and so one of us can unload the car and one of us can park the car somewhere else, and then we can take the stuff inside together, because alone that would be kind of difficult, because then I would have to leave my stuff out on the street and I don't really want to do that. So it's really helpful that he is gonna come and help me unpack all my stuff. Also, something really interesting is that the market is from 5 to 10 tonight, and then also again tomorrow from 12 to 10. Some of the sellers are only there on Friday and some are only there on Saturday, and some of us are there for both days. They also didn't leave any information if we would have the same booth on both days, if we are there for both of the days, and if we could leave our tables and stuff overnight. And that's kind of confusing because why they wouldn't disclose that. And also the check-in today for all the sellers started at 2, and I will be there only at 3:30 because I had to work. And I don't really understand why I should be there 3 hours before the market starts for a 5-hour market. That's kind of why it only takes me an hour at the most to set up my booth. Also, I don't have a tent or anything because it's indoors, so I don't really understand why they want us to be there so early. And also something else they didn't really explain to us was if it is of benefit to be there early. Is it first come first serve, so you have a better space when you're there early? So that's gonna be interesting. I hope it isn't like that because I will be there kind of late. Not late, it's still an hour and a half before the market starts, but it's really confusing. I don't really understand. But I will drive there now, meet up with my brother, and then try to check in, try to find people who I will have to check in with, and yeah, we'll see from there. Hey friends, I'm just quickly popping in here to tell you a bit about my setup for this event, because I did not film my setup this time, mostly because the booths were really close together, and also you didn't like really have a tent or anything like that, so I couldn't put my tripod up anywhere where it wouldn't be like super obvious to see, and I still don't feel like super comfortable filming in public. That's why I just filmed my setup at the beginning of the market, like what it looked like once I was done setting up. So that will be the next clip in this video. Hey friends, sorry for the bad lighting. It is dark outside and I have light on in my car right now, and I'm feeling really awkward because I feel like 20,000 people are watching me outside. But I wanted to give you a quick check-in after the first day of the market, which was only like 5 hours, so from 5 to 10. And I forgot to film an after video of my booth because I am just so super tired. This market was amazing, like it has been amazing so far. It has only been 5 hours, but I sold so much stuff. I'm contemplating if I should even sleep tonight or if I should work on stuff tonight, because I am running low on so many items. It's crazy. It has been such an amazing experience so far with this market. I'm kind of like in shock right now, but also I'm super tired, so I really need to get some sleep because the market begins at 12 tomorrow again, so I need to be there at 11 at the latest, I believe. They open up at 9 for setup again, but today I was there at 3:30 as I said, and I was fine. I was set up half an hour before the market started, so I'm planning on being there at 11 tomorrow morning. I left my tables there overnight because they do lock the venue overnight and they watch it, but I don't feel comfortable leaving my stuff there overnight, so I took all of that. That is all in the back of the car, but my tables are set up already, so setup shouldn't take me a long time tomorrow, so that's good, I guess. I'm gonna go in now. I need to eat. I haven't eaten like since noon today, since I had my lunch, so I really need to eat something. I also need to drink some water because I didn't want to leave my booth because traffic was crazy at this market and I didn't want to be gone for like at least 10 minutes to go to the bathroom, so I didn't drink anything there. So that was fun. I will check back in with you tomorrow morning and show you if I crocheted something overnight or if I just slept. It is right after the market. I just got back home from the market for today and I am super tired. I look like a mess right now, but I just wanted to quickly check in, and I don't know if I put the clips, the before and after clips of today before this clip or after, but as you can see, today was insane. I came home with not a lot of stuff. I will talk more in detail about everything that sold and everything that happened at the market. I just wanted to quickly check in with you because I totally forgot to film this morning or check in with you for day 2, and the only thing that I filmed for today was my before and after, and I think just a bit of me crocheting at the market. We had 10 hours of market, but it was insane. It was so, honestly, it's so rewarding to go to a market and see how much people like your stuff. It was crazy. I will break down the details for you in just a bit later on in this video, but I really need to put all my stuff away because I like to do that, to just like put my stuff away in an organized way, because I kind of just threw everything in all of the boxes after the market. So I really need to organize all of that and put that away into my basement, because my next market will be in May. So I have a couple of weeks off of markets, which is great because I don't have a lot of stock right now. So that's good that I have a couple of weeks, because I really need to make a lot more for next time. So that's everything I have to say right now. I will get back with you maybe tomorrow or in a couple of days and break all of the market details down for you. Hey friends, it is after the market. Actually, it's Tuesday right now, so it has been a couple of days since my market, and I wanted to talk to you about how the market went and go a little bit deeper in what sold and what didn't sell, some of my best sellers, some of the stories that happened at the market, just a bit more info about the market, and then obviously what a lot of you are interested in, my profit from this market, so my sales and what I actually made at this market. So let me talk to you first a bit about the market. The location was pretty cool. It's like an old abandoned factory building that the market was held in, and then there was also a street food market outside of the factory. So we were inside, and the market inside was half flea market and then half like vintage and handmade market. I was a little bit skeptical about that at first, because when people go to a flea market, they usually expect very low prices and that you might be able to like haggle about the prices, and I did not want to do that because my stuff is handmade, so my prices are fixed, and I was a bit worried about people not wanting to pay the prices I have for my items. But I did not have a problem with my prices or with people wanting to make the prices lower. So I did have 2 or 3 questions about my prices when people asked me if they were arguable or if they were fixed prices, but I always told them like everything I have on my table is handmade by me, so I will not discuss my prices. I stayed positive, I stayed friendly to these people, and people like very quickly accepted that my prices were fixed. So I did not have a problem getting sales, even though there was a part flea market. So I know I told you about being a bit worried about the organizer because they didn't give a lot of infos out before the market. But now after the market, I'm actually really happy with the way this event was organized. So I will probably be doing some more markets with this organizer in the future. They do have a bigger market like the one I was at this weekend, like every month, like once a month. I'm not sure if I will be able to do that once a month because I did almost sell out at this market. So I'm not too sure if that will be possible for me to do every single month, but I will do it a couple of times throughout the year, I hope. As soon as I have enough inventory for a market like this, I will do a big market with this organizer again. And also they do have a night market every single weekend, and you can sign up like pretty short notice before the market, which is great because I don't have a lot of markets around me that are like where you can sign up spontaneously. You often have to sign up months beforehand. So if I do have a little bit of time and a little bit of inventory left over from a market, I can just quickly sign up with this organizer in the future and then sell every weekend with them. So I will do that if I have the time and the inventory to do a quick little market. I could do that every single week, which is great to know that this organizer is actually pretty good. So let's talk a bit about the market. The weather this weekend was crazy, like it was super hot. It was as hot as it gets in the summer here. So I was a bit worried because the market was inside. So I wasn't sure if people wanted to go to an inside market on a weekend where the weather is super, super nice and super sunny. But I didn't have to worry because already on Friday the market started at 5 and it got crazy busy right like at the beginning of the market, because a lot of people work around that area, so they were meeting up with friends for a beer and some food after work, and then they all wanted to check out the market as well. The market wasn't super crazy huge. It was like around like 40 booths or something like that. So people usually would get food and then walk around the market inside because it was pretty walkable. So they usually looked at all of the booths, and I got pretty lucky because I was the only plushie type vendor, the only vendor that was selling to kids. And there were actually a lot of kids, even though the market ended at 10 at night, there were still a lot of kids around because we did have Easter holidays, so kids were off school up until last Sunday, so school only started yesterday again. So a lot of kids did have some free time, and I feel like a lot of parents were kind of like they wanted their kids to get outside a bit and to do something with their kids. So there were a lot of families around, which was great for me because there wasn't anybody else that was selling stuff anywhere close to my items, so that was great. So then also on Friday, as it was this crazy busy day, I almost sold out of my small items. I didn't have a lot of them left. I sold my small items on Friday like crazy. I did have them, most of them set for €4 each. So my mini chicks with hats, my octos and my whales, I had them set at €4. And I decided to change that overnight from Friday to Saturday. So on Saturday, I didn't have any small octos left, but I did have some chicks with hats left and some whales, and then also the little mushroom pops. I did have them for 5 originally, and then I changed my prices for the chicks with hats and the whales to be €5 each, and then for the mushroom pops to be €6 each. And I did sell just as many, still sell out of almost all of my small items, so that didn't keep people from buying from me. So I will probably keep those prices for the future and have my small items set at 5 or like €6, depending on the item. And yeah, I did decide Friday evening when I got home, I know I talked to you a bit, and I did decide to try and stock up a bit, but I also went to sleep at some point. So I managed to make 3 mushroom pops and then like 9 whales overnight. I wanted to focus on small items since that was the stuff that sold most at this market. So I managed to make quite a lot of these, and then I kept working and kept crocheting while I was at the market, which is a great idea to do because for me it draws people to my booth because they can like connect with how the item is made. So a lot of people ask me about how the item is made and what the yarn I use is and stuff like that, and I take out the ball of yarn I am working on and I let them touch it and explain a bit about crochet and how it works and all of that. So for me personally, it's a great tip. I usually stand and crochet at my booth, and then when somebody walks up to me, I usually say hi, hello, or something, but I keep working because a lot of people don't want to be like stared at when they look at your stuff at your booth. So I usually like keep working until I feel like people are picking out an item, and sometimes I try and help them then, or I just like try and figure out if they want to be talked to or not. So that is great about crocheting because you can kind of like keep yourself busy and not stare at the people but still be there for them. So that was great. I managed to make so many items. I sold out of almost all of my small stuff, and I kept making mushroom pops and whales throughout the days. I made like, I believe like 20 whales and like 10 mushroom pops while I was there at the market on both days, and still I sold out of all of them. So this was my second market, and I have learned quite a bit again after this time, especially regarding my future inventory. So again, this time I only managed to make 5 cats, and they sold out first again. So I will most definitely be focusing on making these cats like making so many more of those cats for my next market because they are my bestseller. They have been my bestseller at every market I've taken them to. And then also I will focus on small items next time, even more than I did before. I have set myself a crazy goal of making at least 50 of each of my mini items that I bring to my market. So my mini chicks with hats, my whales, my octos, and my mushroom pops, because those kept selling like crazy. And if I had more, I would have sold more. Especially like, okay, so that will be my focus, mini items, and then cats, and then also my stress ball birds. So like crazy again. So I will be focusing on those 3 types of items for my next market and for the future of my inventory. And then also I wanted to talk to you a bit about my setup, my banner, and all of that. So I'm still super happy with my setup. If you saw my last market video, my setup this time was almost the same as last time. So I put my tables in an L shape just as last time. I put my big crates up just the same as last time because I was super happy with that layout the first time and I didn't want to change it if I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with it. And yeah, that was I'm still super happy with my setup, so I will keep doing that the way I have been. And I also like I have my table at the very front of my booth, my big table, and then my small table goes like kind of to the side, and you have a little small walking area where people can step into my booth. And I really like that because sometimes at this market the walkway in the middle in between the booths was super crowded, so people liked to step inside of my booth a bit. So I really like my setup. I will keep doing that and keeping it the same until I get tired of it because I'm super happy with it. Also, I put my banner up on the back of my booth, and my banner is pretty small. It's only 1 meter wide and 1/2 meter high, which is way smaller than most of the banners I've seen other people use, but still I'm super happy with it. A lot of people looked at my banner, and yeah, I will keep using that. I'm still excited about it. Also, this time I did have business cards. I hadn't had them at my first market because they came in right after my first market, and I did have them this time. I put them out at 3 different spaces on my booth, so at both of the corners of my big table, and then also on I have my checkout stand, my crate, and I put some of them up there as well. And a lot of people took my business cards. At least like 200 people took business cards from me. So that's kind of crazy. I haven't heard back from a lot of people though. I only got 1 custom order from this market so far. So I'm kind of excited to see if I will hear back from a couple more people, because a lot of people took my business card. So we will see. Okay, so that was quite a lot about the stories and about my bestsellers at this market, about my future inventory and stuff like that. But now let's get into the nitty-gritty and all the hard facts and all the numbers of this market. So on Friday we had 5 hours of market, and on Saturday we had 10 hours of market. In total, I sold 150 items, which is crazy. Like, it's totally crazy. 150 items, and it was 146 plushies, and then 2 keychains, little heart keychains that I made a while ago, and then also 2 scrunchies sold. So 146 plushies. And last time I only had like 2 orders or something like that on card. This time it was a bit more, so people were pretty happy that I did have a card reader, which is great, and I will keep using that in the future. Okay, so then in total on Friday I sold 70 items in 52 orders. So a couple people got more than 1 item. And then on Saturday I sold a total of 80 items in 69 orders. So that was crazy. And on Saturday I believe I could have sold even more if I still had some of my best sellers, since my cats were already sold out. I didn't have any octos left. My mini chicks with hats, I only had like 2 of them left at the start of the market, and they sold pretty quickly. So some of my best sellers were already gone, or I would have sold even more of that. Yeah, so let's talk about numbers. So in cart, which was the smaller part of my profit. I made 225 euros in card, and I will have to pay 3 euros and 15 cents in fees. So my total card payout will be 221 euros and 85 cents. And then in cash, I made 1,016 euros. So that totals out to be 1,241 euros gross profit. I did have to pay some fees, so we will subtract that from my gross profit to get to my net profit. So I did have to pay 162 euros in booth fees. I wanted to be fair and charge myself for gas to get to the venue, so that would be around like 10 euros. And then also on Saturday, my boyfriend came and visited me at the market, and he kind of helped me in the past few hours. So we did get some dinner at the market, and we spent 24 euros on food, and of course I paid for that because he was helping me, so that's the least I can do. So after taking out all of the fees and spending I did at the market, I made a total of 1,041 euros and 85 cents in profit. We will have to deduct the material costs from that. As I told you before, I don't really like add up the material costs for every single item. I kind of like guesstimate how much I spend on materials for all the stuff that's sold at the market, and I kind of added up and got to around 200 euros in material costs for this market, for all the items that sold at this market. So my net profit for this market is around 850 euros. That is crazy. That is like insane. That's like almost a vacation right there. And that's just from stuff I would have made anyway. Like that's crazy. It's insane. I have so much fun with this business, and I also wanted to take this opportunity and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for all the support on here and on my Instagram. I really love this crochet community, and I'm super grateful I get to make some videos and some content for you guys. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and that's everything I have to say for this week and for this market, and I will get back with you next week. And thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up on this video if you liked it, and leave me a commenting if you've ever done a market or if you want to do a market in the future. And then also, if you aren't subscribed already, please do so right now, and I will see you again next week. Bye.